The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see myself. Hey, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Hey, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or?
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
Lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. Shit. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, actually to my pagan brother, my boy Mac, Happy Winter Solstice. It is the holiday season. It is officially the Korner Booth Christmas session.
No Festivus? What the hell, bro?
I have not aired my grievances yet. I have one man in mind, Scott, and I already told you who I'm yelling at. He works for ESPN. He gets yelled at by freaking Mel Kiper every year, and I'm going to shit on him for 30 seconds. That comes later. But today, we have an awesome show. First off, first off, welcome in, folks. This is a Christmas this is the holiday special, Christmas party, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. The fact that I'm actually just prepared for this show actually has me a little flustered because usually I'm doing everything by the seat of my pants and coming at the last minute. All of our guests are on time. Everyone's here. So it's time for introductions. Joining us live from somewhere in South Ohio, this man is a fan from every winning team from the 90s. I'm not kidding. He's an Avalanche fan, a Braves fan, and a Niners fan. Fuck, if he liked basketball, he probably would like the Bulls. Ladies and gentlemen, the moral compass of the Craft Brew podcast, Scott Kaiser.
I willingly chose to be a Kings fan, you son of a bitch.
Okay, I got to really question your moral ethics then, because, then again, it's the Sacramento Queens. It's okay, though.
I really enjoyed those Mike Bibby years. What can I say?
Low, Mike Bibby could just splash it. And, of course, everyone knows the TikTok sensation, my co-host, Matt Ordazzo. He will be boots on the ground at the MetLife tomorrow night for Jets-Jags. We'll have him in the stands. Gotta love it. That's dedication.
Praying for it. It's got monsoon weather going on right now. So we're keeping an eye on. But right now they're calling for about like 5 inches of rain. So we'll see how it goes.
And, of course, everyone knows the rookie making his second live show appearance, ladies and gentlemen, Oklahoma Sooner, Mason.
Yes, sir. Rough signing day today, but it's looking up for my guys.
Sorry, me and our next guest can't hear you from the top. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us from Chicago, Illinois, one of my favorite human beings, a Barstool contributor, a podcast host, and a Alabama graduate. This young man is personally responsible for one of the greatest moments in Korner Booth Christmas party history with his astonishment from Kevin's horrible family life. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us live from his apartment, Cruz Oxenrider. Cruz, buddy, what's cracking?
What's up, guys? How are y'all? Actually in South Georgia for Christmas. Just flew in, but yes, Chicago is home now. So going well. Happy holidays. Drinking, having a nice drink on the rocks, and ready to talk some sports.
Fuck yeah. I am very happy all y'all are here. Honestly, this is going to be a fun show. I was really when I was trying to put all this together, I was like, who are two guests who I know are going to be festive enough and not be Scrooges, but are also guys who are going to give me enough shit if I go off the handle with takes. I thought Scott won because I know he's available. And I also saw him with the sweater last night. I was like, yes, good choice. And also, Cruz is so famous. Cruz is also literally in our freaking intro of him just freaking out with Kevin calling his dad in the middle of the show. So by the way, Kevin sends his regards. He's currently recording his podcast right now because his co-host is available for about 2 hours out of the entire week, and this is the 2 hours it is. But that being said, Kevin, we love you. We miss you. Good luck. I hope you're hangover from last night's. Oh, I'm sorry, Cruz.
I said I like that you called me famous. That made me feel nice.
I mean, listen, out of all of us, I think you are the most Twitter famous.
I'm trying to get out more than just Twitter now. So
I listen. I respect that. I can't wait to come back on the show and apologize to Perkins for giving him shit for dipping on me 4 times. I feel like Nick hates me at this point because how many times he's bailed on me last minute. I'm like, fine, bro, whatever.
He's on the IR. He's so he just got surgery, so he's a little.
Jesus. Give him my prayers. Give him my best. I feel bad.
Perkins is on perks right now, so he's chilling. He's good.
Speaking of being on some shit, folks, I am already fuming. Like Scott said, it is that time of year. I got to air the grievances. My Festivus goes at this motherfucker right here. Yes, everyone knows the Frank Caliendo skit. My shit's on Todd McShay. I don't know what it is. Every year around this time going into the NFL draft, this Scrooge of a human being talks shit about one prospect. And this year, he's going at Sean Oakman lookalike Georgia defensive tackle Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, if you've not seen this dude, he looks like Black Thanos, and it's terrifying. Like he literally one time picked up LSU's quarterback, walked him back 5 yards, they blew the whistle, and he settled him down. He literally looks like Switowski from The Longest Yard. He scares the shit out of me. Like Jordan Davis and him together is a terrifying combination itself on a D-line. No wonder Alabama lost. No offense, Cruz. So that being said, I don't know what the fuck crawls up Todd McShay's ass, and now he's going after Jackson Smith and Jigma. I'm not an Ohio State guy. Scott, you're from Ohio, and you don't even like Ohio State. So that should tell you something right now. Like, they're an annoying-ass program. What'd you say?
I said, yeah, fuck Ohio State.
Yeah, fuck Ohio State. Here's the thing. Jackson Smith and Jigma is sitting out the tournament. Let's be honest. There's a very realistic chance Ohio State gets smoked in the first round.
Very realistic.
It's a meaningless game. So if I'm Jackson Smith and Jigma, the fact that I've pronounced his name 4 times correctly in the last sentence should be very fucking impressive. I am terrified of blowing out my knee, taking a shot to the collarbone or something to fuck up my draft stock. He may not even be 100% healthy. So what cracks me about all of this is that I really don't understand. He's got to be getting paid by somebody's agent, whether it's Will Levis's agent or I don't know, or not CJ Stroud's his teammate, or freaking Bryce Young, or one of these guys has an agent who's going at these top prospects. Because if I am the Houston Texans, obviously I'm going to take a quarterback. But at number 2, if it's not Jalen Carter, you're an idiot. It's like Nick Bosa a few years ago. Despite his political misgivings, depending on what side of the aisle you're on, he was the best player in that draft. So he got drafted second behind Kyler. I'd rather play Fortnite and Cod Murray. So, gentlemen, floor is yours. Who wants up first to go at Todd? I like this should be better. No, this one's better.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll go first. One, the whole JSN thing, I believe he's just not healthy and he's not willing to risk it because he fully healthy is probably the best wide receiver in college football. He showed it last year in the Rose Bowl. But this year, obviously, injuries have nagged him. The kid from TCU has been electric, so he's jumped up to probably be drafted in the top 10, if not top 15. I think JSN is just more of like a health thing. I don't think it's more of like a competitiveness thing because I know the running back for Ohio State is also out with injuries and he's getting ready for the draft. So I think a lot of it's just like, hey, I'm not 100%. I'm not going to be able to help this team. If anything, I'll hurt it. And then I will also hurt myself because we saw Jamison Williams last year, who was easily top 10 in the draft going into that championship game. Second quarter tears ACL. And I believe he was like the 4th wide receiver drafted instead of the 1st. So, and there were rumors about him going top 5 going into that. So if he's not fully healthy, I totally understand. The whole Carter thing, though, is I don't understand where the character issues things come from because he's done a lot of local charity things. Like he's like donated backpacks and bought kids school supplies and I've never heard anything bad about the kid. Like there like no trouble issues or anything. He's got his teammates standing up for him. So maybe it's a matter of his camp leaking things so he doesn't go to Houston, because I wouldn't want to go play in Houston right now. I think if he probably will be either the first or second defense player taking, depending on the Bears, because I think the Bears will probably take Will Anderson instead, the number 2 pick, if they end up landing it. But I think it's just a bad source on his end, or it's his camp leaking it so he doesn't go to Houston, because he won't win in Houston. They need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Scott, what do you think about all this crap with McShay?
I really stopped paying attention to all this draft shit just a couple years ago, like fully. In fact, you mentioned Bosa. That was like the last draft that I really, really paid attention to. Ever since then, this is nonsense. Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant, and he's out here doing big things. So I don't even give a shit about these draft rankings and who Todd cares about, doesn't care about. Like, it's just stuff to fill time on ESPN, I've learned for over the past 2 decades. It's just TV time.
Fair. My 2 co-hosts, which one of you wants to take a swing at this before we move on?
To be completely honest with you, I have not given Todd McShay really any of my time in a very long time, and a lot of for the reasons that you're explaining now. So this is just not news to me because Todd McShay just sucks. Mm-hmm. So not much to say, just because I just am familiar with his shenanigans.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, Mike Burlon chiming in right now, Scott.
Oh, this son of a bitch.
He was supposed, this is the same Mike Burlon who literally says, "Hey, I'm going to be here." And then an hour later texts me, "Hey, listen, I can't. Some with the kids, some with the wife." I'm like, "Listen, I understand. Family first, obviously." But it's like, this dude is the best near miss guy. He came on once, and I just want to get him back on, Scott. The one time he came on, it was Kevin and Samir yelling at each other for 3 hours. It was the worst show I've ever done in my life. But
yeah, I mean, you invited Mike. That was your fault.
Hey, listen, I felt bad because I'd already had you and Mookie on like twice already.
Don't do him any favors.
Well, Mookie also sent me a picture of him on the shitter with a Mountain Dew shotgunning it or something. It was maybe a Red Bull. And I'm like, I'm seeing way too much. I'm like, Mook, put the phone down. I don't want to see this. Also, thank you. I appreciate the Black Thanos comp. I thought it was pretty well thought out, even though Aaron Donald actually may look like Thanos. Next up, we got to talk about a team that got just literally heist. Oh, wait, no, Mason, you want to weigh in this quick before we move on, or no, you good?
Yeah, I'll be short. McShay and Mel Kiper, man. I mean, every single year they've got really bad misses, so I'm kind of with Matt here. They just don't really take up much of my time. I don't pay attention to much of what they say. And with big prospects like this, I feel like it's very hard for them to miss. So don't really pay attention too much.
Fair enough. All righty. Move. Oh, somebody just joined in. Who the hell gave Mookie the link?
What?
Your fucking shit. All right. I was working up to this all day. I had plans, I had takes, I had bits, but then your cock ass had to rush me and call me out. So now this is where we are, motherfucker.
Merry Christmas, Jared.
What do you want to do about it, bitch? Balls in your court.
You said it was a Christmas. You said it was a Christmas party, you son of a bitch.
I didn't even know Mookie was alive at this point. I thought he partied his ass off too hard for Messi.
Oh yeah, I wish I had my jersey on yesterday, but I'll let you boys get back to your schedule. But at some point, I will come back and I will let you know what's up about Christmas films and the right answers about them.
Okay, fair enough.
Those you know are quick hitters.
Are you okay? First question, quick. Are you a diehard? Yes or no?
All right, well, fine. Then we're gonna skip ahead. Hold on a minute.
Jesus Christ!
Die
You can't sit here and say, "Oh, this guy's a near miss," and not expect me to chime into this show, Jared. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I also called the black guy the moral compass.
I'm happy you both made it.
That's right. Mike even brought his kids too. He brought even the kids are joining us.
This is my first 7-way. I feel kind of honored.
All right, they're doing the show.
Sorry, I forgot.
Hey, I had to call you out, Jared. I'm sorry. Happy holidays, man. Good seeing you.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, Mike.
Now you've officially had me on the show again.
There we go. We won. We succeeded.
Yeah.
Matt, we can retire now.
You look like a watered down Jeremy Sins, by the way.
All right.
Burlon,
That's a compliment.
Go finish those dishes, man.
I appreciate that more than what I normally get with the Mike Glennon. So appreciate you, Cruz. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Now go cure cancer or go be an astronaut or join the military. One of those three things. Whatever base out you want.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, boys.
Oh man! As soon as he said the Mike Glennon thing, I saw it and I was like, "Oh,
I can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it
either.
Oh man, I was like, he looks like somebody, and then he said it, and I was like, wow,
that's too
fucking
funny,
spot on.
I'm freaking all the guest appearances today, boys. This is amazing.
Next time you need us to be able to show out, you just throw the shout out back, and I'll be back around. I won't black out for at least another hour and a half.
You got it.
Nice.
Bye, Moog. Oh my god, I love you guys. Oh man, I'm waiting for Kevin just somehow find this freaking thing. All right. Either way, let's talk about the Giants getting absolutely fleeced last night. Yeah, this says it all. Apparently, a failed physical. I wake up at 5 a.m. to get ready to open up the stone yard, and I look over my phone. Carlos Correa is a fucking Met. What the hell happened last night?
I don't think it was a physical. There's a lot of, I mean, I'm sure the physical had something to do with it. There's a lot of things going on right now with that. I think maybe because I heard he had some injury he sustained with the Astros a couple years ago. I'm thinking maybe the physical came up and the doctors, were telling the Giants what they're finding out. I don't think it was really anything serious, but I think the Giants took that opportunity to try and save them some bucks or something with that contract, trying to work some things out. I heard Scott Boras said that it was about a 12-hour span since he got a call back from the Giants. So they kind of assumed, let's take matters into our own hands. And who are you going to call when you want money? You're going to call Steve Cohen because he literally will give you a blank check and just have you fill it out. Pretty much. So I bet you anything, this man was like a true New Yorker and just blind bid on a house and got it. He just threw $300 million at Carlos Correa. They accepted 100%. He didn't even take a tour. He didn't even schedule an appointment. He just said, I'm going to sign you on the spot. Are you guys familiar with that viral video where it's like a security guard? He's an old guy and he does his BS security check. Yeah, yes. Yeah. They were like that's the New York Mets' physical on Carlos Correa. So I think some behind the scenes things happened with the Giants. They tried to get cute. Boras said fuck that, called the Mets, and now the Giants lost out on Judge and Carlos Correa, and all they have to show for it is Mitch Haniger.
Oh boy!
But see, the thing about it though is for the Giants, even if they did try to go the PR route of, oh shit, everybody's gonna blast us because we didn't get Judge, we didn't get Correa, but we pulled out of this deal last minute, so it looks like we were trying, but we weren't. They're smart for doing it no matter what, because even if they spend this $350 million on Correa, they're still, by a wide margin, the third best team in that fucking division. So why spend $350 million on a guy that you're like, we might have been excited about him, but he was really just plan C this offseason? Him alone for $350 million wasn't going to do anything but make sure that they didn't make any moves at shortstop for the next 13 years. The Giants won on this no matter what they did because they're going to finish third by spending the $350 million or now by not, and they can be like, we tried. They're better off going after Ohtani next season if they're going to blow $350 million on one guy.
Sure, he doesn't have to leave the state at that point.
Yeah.
I think they also have Brandon Crawford too. It's not like they don't have a shortstop. They just don't have a shortstop that's always healthy. But which
is no reason to throw $350 million at Correa because he's never healthy.
Our favorite Giants fans here in the comments. I'm surprised Kelsey hasn't had a stroke yet. I mean, he wasn't the biggest Correa fan anyway, but
they win. They're not spending the money, and no matter what, Correa is going to go to New York, and Mets going to Mets. So they'll find a way to not win anything. The 13 years or the 12 years that he's there.
So I'm happy you said that, Scott, because the way I thought about this all day, because I basically was running the shop by myself today because my manager called out sick, and the new manager got promoted. He basically had to take the day off. So I'm sitting there by myself. I'm thinking about takes for it, and I'm like, wait, did the Giants just make a better move? I mean, they're not going to be a better team this year, but they're not fucked payroll-wise. They get to keep Brandon Crawford.
They didn't really get any worse. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
so
like,
they're still going to be. So, like, honestly, if I still look at the division, it's still Dodgers 1, Padres 2. Depending on how that new bullpen for the Diamondbacks
they're
works
still
out,
better. They're still better than the Diamondbacks and the Rockies, guaranteed. Like, just rolling out of bed.
we
they're
did have a
than-
better record against them. We just lost a lot of close games.
Those
I think
two
we finished-
franchises are fucking poverty. So there's no
We're
way
only poverty
that
because
they're
we have a
gonna-
cheap ownership group, but we're selling this year.
Giants will be just fine. They're like, we're gonna finish from third no matter what. Fuck it.
Fair enough. We got listen, I gotta throw some love to the comments right now. Y'all are killing it. First of all, shout out Beth for commenting. Listen, look like this bozo right here. Who the hell invited this bozo? Freaking Caesar. Take that nasty hat off, Caesar. I'm gonna say right now. Y'all should Caesar. Thank you, because you give me the best gambling advice. I gamble whatever you don't gamble on, and I win money. So worry about your gambling before you worry about my hat, pal. I'll see you a Saturday night. All right.
I also think the Giants are smart for not re-signing Rodon. Like 6 fucking years for a guy who couldn't stay healthy in Chicago when he was younger. Like, I think that fucking contract is terrible for New York, but they're going to be all super excited about it for about a year and a half, and then they're going to realize, oh shit, all of their fucking rotation is an injury risk. Every single person in their 5-man rotation. I mean, I guess maybe not Mr. fucking Sticky Stuff, but the rest of them for sure are fucking injury.
I will say this though before we move on and start getting into the America's real sport, football. As a Diamondbacks fan who watched about maybe 80% of their games last year because MLB.TV is a fucking godsend. Honestly, if we were playing the Giants and Rodon was on the mound, I'm like, all right, fuck, we're hitting about 15 bombs tonight. Like the dude was not good for that ballpark. He wasn't just a good. I think he needs to go to a place where it's just like endless outfield, like endless, where the ball ain't gonna sail. So, I definitely was sad to see him leave the division because I think we lit him up every time. Also, by the way, shout out to our boy Hector getting a job at the Houston Dynamo. Appreciate you, dog. And also, all right, let's get on to fucking football. I'm done talking about other sports. Let's talk National Signing Day cruise. It's a good day for our programs, baby.
Yeah, actually, I have no complaints. I feel bad if you root for a team not named Alabama, Georgia, or Miami. I feel bad for you. So 6 5-stars, might be 7, Jared, by the end of the week.
If Deion fucks us on this, I hope Colorado gets fucking sunk into the ocean.
You don't need to worry about Deion. You need to worry about Nick, bud.
Listen. Him and Miss, what's his wife's name? Miss, what's her name?
Terry.
Him and Miss Terry scare me more than Deion because Deion's gonna realize real quick the Pac-12 is still the Pac-12. It's still a pro D1 conference. Take all the JSU guys you want. It's gonna be a learning curve that first year. I think Deion's gonna be a great coach. I think also they're gonna get their heads kicked in by USC in the first year.
Well, yeah, of course they will.
And also same thing with Oregon, Utah. They're going to be, at best, the 6th best team in that conference, and it's hysterical how they're, like, trying to jack recruits. Like, yeah, you want to play for Deion, but you go to play for Mario. Clemson's a wounded animal.
Hold on. Is Caesar really talking trash about a kid named Arch Manning? A kid who couldn't
Hey, Caesar, just remember this.
A kid who couldn't win a state championship playing in the lowest league in the state of Louisiana? That's sad.
Oh, look who showed up. About freaking time, McCarthy.
But hey, Texas, apparently it's back.
Yeah, Texas is really back.
They play one good game week 2, and everyone thinks that they're back. But
listen, that game almost lost me some serious money. I was really fucking rooting for Alabama.
Remind me, what bowl game did Texas make again? Remind me.
Anybody got that Jennifer Lawrence face going?
Yeah. Tell you what, when you're back when you make a New Year's Six bowl, okay? Like, here's the thing. I think I'm not a Miami fan, so I graduated.
I mean, we got more national titles than y'all, Caesar, but I mean, who's counting?
On a neutral field, Jared, realistically, who would you take in a game right now? Would you
Miami
take,
or Texas? A healthy Miami team, like no offensive line injuries, healthy
versus a healthy Texas team.
Oh, fucking Miami! You fucking kidding me? Ewers makes more freaking coverage bumbles than Ryan Fitzpatrick post contract, so I'm not worried about it. Texas -14. Yeah, no, Miami will smash that line. Just you'll lose that. Doesn't matter what the line is.
So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So that's
This is from an SEC fan agreeing with me. Real actual college football. So not the passing league you guys call the Pac-12. Sorry, Mason.
But in all seriousness, though, I don't think there were too many surprises today. Bijan runs over that entire defense.
You mean Bijan, who just opted for the draft? You'll never have a running back as good as him ever again.
And you wasted him. So
yeah, basically.
Look, in all seriousness, I think National Signing Day this year was pretty successful. I don't think there were too many surprises.
Where did A&M finish again? Did Jimbo buy half a car lot again?
No, I don't.
I think they finished around 13.
Yeah, they were top 15.
Top 15, but not, they weren't top 10.
No,
I mean, because everyone's on the Jimbo shit now because they were fucking awful. They almost lost to UMass this year, guys. Come on.
It was definitely a pretty not that exciting signing day because basically now it's like early signing day has kind of taken the air out of it. I suggest you just get rid of late signing day in February. You just make this the new signing day.
It's like the tampering period in the NFL now. It's like nobody gives a fuck about the first day of free agency. Everyone's already signed by then.
Exactly.
Also, to quote my boy Deuce from Broadcast Boys, who?
Yeah.
I don't know who those guys are. They have I think their career stats are maybe less than 1,000 yards combined. So it's okay, Caesar. I love you, buddy. I'll get a nice little cigar for you for tomorrow.
But the winners of this signing, Oregon, big winner.
Oh, yeah.
Oregon killed it today. Bama 6 5-stars, maybe 7 by the end.
Par for the course for you guys. If you guys get less than 5, I think it's almost a failure for me.
Well, there were a few guys that were on the fence, the kid yesterday, Proctor, who was committed to Iowa. That was a big one. He's going to come in, probably has a chance to start as a freshman at Bama at left tackle, which is huge. You get Ely, who's going to come in and be able to help, take up some of the slack from Will Anderson, help Dallas Turner next year. And then if Cromartie, who we don't see this a lot, who was been committed for all those guys, for all those months to be like, hey, I'm a Miami guy, repping it from Lakewood High School in Orlando. And you get a tweet from his mom first thing in the morning saying like, hey, no signing today. And then you start hearing the rumors about Colorado and Bama making big pushes at the end.
Listen, if we lose to Bama, I'm okay with that. Losing to Colorado, have fun being a XFL guy. I don't care.
Here's the thing about Colorado, though, is that if he goes, he will be coached by arguably the greatest defensive back of all time.
Oh, yeah, true.
Hands on. And here's the thing. He'll probably do that, just kind of like what Jordan Hunter did. And he'll go and he'll probably go. I think he's going to go to Florida State. I think he's going to go back to where he grew, like he wanted to go. He was committed. I think he'll go to Florida State. Worst case, he'll probably go to Colorado if he wants to finish.
He also may stay at Miami. Like
he could. Maybe it's money. But if that's what it comes down to, then
also the NIL shit. Everyone's talking about the NIL things with is it freaking Matt Rule taking NIL shots at Oregon and Miami this morning? It's like, Matt, how about you focus on actually getting a actual team together? Because last time I checked,
no rules with Matt Rule.
Last time I checked, what'd you say?
There's no rules with Matt Rule.
Oh yeah, there's the first dad joke of the day. All I'll say is this about Matt Rule in Nebraska. I saw that tweet Kevin shared. And I was like, Matt Rule's taking shots, but last time his team was over 500, I think they got their head kicked in by Miami or it was an Ndamukong Suh year. Either way, not great results. So
they had a decent recruiting class, though. I will say this for him to come in when he did, and he landed a couple 4-stars today. Like he's got some.
For him to come in 3 weeks ago and finish with the class that he finished with, I think that's definitely sort of something to speak about.
Oh yeah,
it's respectable for sure.
I mean, the big guys will always win in the end. Like Miami is historically good at recruiting. They have the money. Cristobal is a hell of a recruiter. Might be one of the best in the country.
It's those damn loafers, Cruz. You know what it's about.
It really is. And then Kirby Smart doing what he does. I thought George's class was it was quiet, but it was good.
You know what it was? Yeah. It was a lot of their usual guys. It's the Trayvon Walker, Jordan Davis types, where it's just they're not going to pop with your.
They're not sexy. It's not sexy signing.
There's no 5-star running back that runs a 4-2-1. It's no, these guys are these guys are grinders. They're going to win Georgia football, and they're going to put like a guy like me or you behind center and win a national title. So I'm okay. Listen, Georgia's sick with their formula. Kirby Smart's no dummy. Scott, I've actually never asked you this. Who the hell is your college team besides Xavier?
I don't have a college team because Xavier doesn't have a football team. So if you'd listen to our show, every time we talk about college football in depth, I just let them know. I just want chaos. So whatever pisses the most people off at any given time. Like I was rooting for Alabama to make it back into the Final Four just because I knew how upset it would make people. But like other than that, I don't really give a shit. Like as long as people are upset. Like so this year, I'm rooting for Georgia to win it again, just so everybody gets all butthurt that another SEC team won it again.
I want TCU because of Max Duggan. That's why.
Ohio State fans don't get any more upset than anything about that happening.
Well, no. So Ted, you contradicted yourself. You said you root for chaos. If you really wanted chaos, you would pick TCU to win.
Well, no. I mean, I pick chaos until it gets to this part of the thing. Like I want all of these years I've wanted like the UCFs and those people to crash the party. But once it's obvious that they're going to rig shit, like when you get to the Final Four, I don't give a shit. But with the 12-team expansion and everything, like I hope for all of the fucking upsets. But whatever pisses off Ohio State fans the most is really what I'm after. Like they're not going to win. They're going to get smashed in. And what would upset them more than like Michigan winning, which they're not going to, is Georgia winning it again. So I'll just go for that.
Like, so for me, my favorite thing about this is like, what happens to like a team like fucking TCU somehow fucking sneaks us out? I mean, it's not going to be, it's not probably not going to happen, but the pure fucking chaos of like, let's say like it's somehow TCU gets advanced, right? I could easily see TCU beating Michigan because Michigan to me was like that one team I was like, yeah, they won and they beat Purdue, but it's like TCU only lost because Lincoln Riley's brother was a chicken shit on the goal line. The only reason they lost, and I don't know, it's weird. This national, it's been like, it feels like it's been like a month since we watched like meaningful college football, and I still love the Max Duggan basically running down the field, like barely being able to get off the field by himself. That was like, all right, this guy's my fucking hero. I fucking love this dude already. And also, like, I don't want Michigan to win. Jim he sucks as a human being. He's the human equivalent of a freaking Honda Civic. It's just like your vanilla khakis, like. It's just like I fucking know, like potato salad with raisins, motherfucker. I don't know. It's I don't like Jim Harbaugh. If she had a more likable head coach, maybe I'd root harder for them. But it's only because I root for them against Ohio State because Ohio State's fucking annoying.
You're not giving Michigan nearly enough credit.
No, I am. I mean, listen, Blake Corum's fucking nasty. Their backup running backs, he runs even harder than him. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they won. Like, the only team in this playoff that I don't want to win is Ohio State.
Well, Ohio State's going to win.
I feel good about it.
Like, don't overthink this. It's going to be Michigan, Georgia. Like, it is going to happen. I'm sorry. Like, TCU is one of the 4 most deserving teams, but they're not one of the 4 best teams. I'm sorry, because if you look, USC, Bama, and Tennessee would all be favored by at least a touchdown against TCU on a neutral field. And you can't tell me right now, I'm sorry, I've seen it all year. TCU has won, but they have scraped by the skin of their teeth against teams that they should blow out. Mm-hmm. Kansas, Baylor, they lost to Kansas State. Oklahoma State was a down year. They had to come back through that. Oklahoma was bad, and they had to deal with that. I think TCU has done everything they needed to do. But just because you are a one-loss team does not mean you're one of the 4 best teams in the country. Like, we've seen this before. Like Cincinnati last year. Cincinnati was not one of the best 4 teams in the country. They weren't.
I know your hate on Cincinnati was well documented on this show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you're not one. Just because you're 12-0 does not mean you're a top 4 team.
What up, DJ?
But I will say this: like, I think TCU did everything they needed to do. They're lucky that they didn't lose to Kansas State by double digits because they wouldn't have got it. I'm 100%.
Oh, yeah, no, it would have been an Alabama
Like
it would have been
we're
Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan in the semis, which for ratings wise,
Oh my god, it'd be fucking phenomenal. But for
They would've
guys like
been
me who are sick of, I would have rather had Bama in than Ohio State, because at least if Bama wins, I'm like, all right, whatever. I have friends who go to Bama. Bama Gump Twitter's been so nice to me over the past couple of years. I'm not mad. It's like, all right, whatever. But it's like with Ohio State, I'm like, yo, fuck y'all.
But I will say this though, like Bama this year, like I'm not mad that we didn't make it. Am I disappointed? Yeah, but like at the end of the year, like we should be 5. I don't. I mean, that's fine. I mean, like I think right now the way we played this year, like I would say we're either 5 or 6. Bryce Young is a 1-man team. Will Anderson was a 1-person defense.
Dude, I really hope we somehow, if your Saints keep losing, I want Will Anderson so fucking bad on that defense.
So,
him and his son Reddick. Oh my god.
So
just
Jared,
call it a
I
day.
wanna, so Jared, here's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna break your heart. So
I know
the Saints they need to win. They need to win out, but the way their schedule lines up, if they win out, you know that they're gonna go to the NFC. They're gonna win the NFC South, and that pick will go from a top 10 pick all the way to 24.
It's okay, because here's the thing, Cruz. Y'all ain't gonna win out.
We have
Even
Cleveland.
if we start Gardner Minshew against you guys, we're still gonna kick your head.
You're gonna start your starters, man.
It
You're not
doesn't
gonna start
matter.
your
We'll
starters.
still kick your head in.
No, you're gonna bench everyone. You're gonna clinch home field advantage this week. You're gonna beat Dallas.
Is that a
You're gonna-
preview for your pick later?
Yeah.
Huh?
I
I see, Cruz, I've been friends with you for way too long. I know how you think.
So I don't know who this Kelsey person is, but thank you.
Kelsey's my dog. He's a Cowboys, Giants, and Auburn guy. So he's just miserable all around.
Sounds like it.
But he's one of the best dudes I fucking know.
He once pancaked Nick Fairley.
He actually did pancake Nick Fairley.
I respect that.
Yeah, right?
Saints' only chance at winning out is the bench. Okay, but here's the thing. That's actually not true. Like, do you know Andy Dalton has stopped winning QBR since he's
who gave DJ the bottle of vodka? He's on his shit again. Our boy DJ is basically if he's Daniel Jeremiah and Jonathan Gannon's evil twin. He looks like a hybrid of the two of them. And the motherfucker when he has a drink in him, he just gets wild.
Well, it's funny that everyone's like we should start Jameis Winston. It's not true. Andy Dalton actually hasn't. It's not the problem. It's the vanilla play calling, the inconsistency to make adjustments, and the fact that our best players are hurt. Like that's what it comes down to. We're not executing the way we should. But I mean, we won this past week, kept our playoff hopes alive. We currently we only need 2 things to happen. We need Tampa Bay to lose 1 more game, and the Saints have to win the next 3 games, which they play Cleveland this weekend, winnable game, because Cleveland is awful. Cleveland offensively is not good, and the strong point of our team is our defense this year. They have kept us in games. We play a Philly team who most likely will rest their starters by that point because they're not going to want to get Jalen Hurts injured. You'll lock up a 1 seed in a home playoff game, and then you play a Carolina team at home in the Superdome to end the year.
Standing money, Darnold,
with a playoff spot on the line. So there's a realistic shot that this could happen.
I love your optimism. I really do. With that optimism, we're rolling into our next game. So you guys are going to fucking love this. In the spirit of Christmas, in the spirit of giving, as I got the Christmas tree behind me, I got the Santa hat on. I figured let's play a game. There's every year in your fantasy team, on your actual team you root for, and just you betting games, whatever. There's 3 people or 3 teams that either make you money, lose you money, win you games, lose you games, whatever, drive you crazy. And there's also 3 people that fucking piss you the fuck off, or 3 teams. So in the spirit of that, each of us are going to get 3 of each to tell the folks at home before we jump into the 6-pack who deserves a present this year, who deserves Cole, NFL edition. I'm going to start it off quickly. My number 1 team that has fucked me this year is any ACC football team. Doesn't mean my Hurricanes, the fucking Louisville Cardinals, or the goddamn Clemson Tigers. I have lost more money on parlays because those stupid fucking assholes in the Atlantic Coast Conference than any other conference in the world. I have bet the MAC. I have bet the SEC, the Big 12, the fucking American Athletic, and I have hit my parlays. You know what's fucked me? North Carolina State losing to Boston fucking College, or Clemson not covering against Syracuse, or Miami getting their heads kicked in against Florida State.
I don't want to talk about it. Literally, the Florida State, they get coal. They just get the ACC conference as a whole. I want to literally take a giant lump of coal and hit the refs, hit the commissioner, and every single team a couple times. Awful. Number 2, the Washington Commanders. I hate y'all. I hate you, you are the worst actor. You literally try to sell like you got hit, like roughing the passer, and you celebrate you won the Super Bowl because you beat the Eagles. Newsflash: the Lions are taking your playoff spot because they might not lose ever again. Dan Campbell is the most dangerous man in the NFL right now, and everyone's starting to realize it. So fuck the Commanders and fuck Heineke. All right, and my last lump of coal is NFL media. Oh my God. The last week, Mason texted me at maybe 4:00 on Monday about the Hurts injury. The dude then the next play threw a 68-yard bomb to A.J. Brown to ice the game, by the way. Dude's shoulder's probably a little banged up. As somebody who's had a couple of shoulder injuries and does play quarterback at a beer league level, I can tell you as a person who's banged up all the time, shoulder sprains can be in 6 different fucking areas. There is a very real chance this is just gamesmanship from Sirianni trying to fuck with McCarthy a little bit because their offense will look the same, less running, obviously, with Minshew for obvious reasons. But I will say this, just calm down about the Hurts injury. I don't need a fucking update when this dude takes a shit, all right? If he's going to play Saturday, we'll know by Friday afternoon. Enough is enough. My presence, though. Number 1 is the man I talked about. The QB Messiah for Philadelphia, number 1 in our hearts, on the jersey, and in your fantasy record books. This man has won me more games of fantasy than any other player in the history besides maybe Chris Johnson in 2009. Shout out. All right, Jalen Hurts. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Hurts growing up when he started, and I was like, I was a Carson guy. I believe Carson was the answer. But then this dude hits a ridiculous pass to Goddard against the Cardinals, just beats the Saints, like who were like the best team in the NFC that year, even though we were absolute hammered dog shit. And then comes out the next year and just becomes a better player. And then this year is the leader of the team, puts up like MVP caliber numbers, and he just keeps working and he keeps adding like a leader, and he fits the vibe of the Eagles. And he's the first favorite player I've truly had and I believe in since Shady fucking McCoy. And for me as a lifelong Eagles fan, that's crazy. Number 2, God bless you, Austin Eckler, and your goal line touchdowns. This man, want to talk about number 2? This man is literally the second most important guy on my fantasy team. He somehow finds the end zone in some mysterious way, no matter how much his coach fucks up play calling. And number 3, every fucking game in the NFL this year not on prime time. Because I don't know what it is about 1 and 4 o'clock games. There's overtime. There's craziness. There's upsets. It makes my Sunday great. So thank you, NFL, not primetime, fuck you, for being awesome. The regular scheduled games have been amazing this year. The NFL really fucked up on primetime this year. And honestly, in that aspect, maybe we should keep it shorter because this could take a while. But gentlemen, who wants to go next?
I can't follow that.
We're just doing one each, or we're just doing a couple each for President Cole?
Just rip off a couple. If you want to give like a 1-sentence explanation, fine. I realize after ranting how bad this is going to be on our timesheet if everyone goes for 40 fucking minutes like me. So I apologize in advance.
Well, I want to give presents to everybody on the Jets that's not named Zach Wilson. I know he has a 5-3 record. Maybe I'm not going to give him Cole, but like I'm going to give him like a stick of like right guard deodorant, like that shit that nobody wants to buy, but like you buy it because it's like $1.85 or whatever at the dollar store. That's what he is to me. He's $1.85. So I like to give everybody, especially that big, beautiful ball guy, Bob Sala, a nice big old present, and Joe Douglas. I didn't forget about the other big, beautiful ball guy. So I want to give them two some big ass gifts. Cole, obviously, I'm starting with the Denver Broncos. I've been very critical of them. We've all know on the show I hate Nathaniel Hackett. I don't know why he's not fired yet. I know they hired him because they were going to get Aaron Rodgers, and that didn't happen. So they got Russell Wilson, and it's not working out. They look like shit. They were supposed to be a better team than they are, and Brett Ripien is putting up more points than Russell Wilson is. So I'm giving them a big lump of coal. Also giving Cole to the Los Angeles Rams for their terrible performance 1 year after winning the Super Bowl. And then classic Rams to go out and get Baker Mayfield knowing they don't have any draft picks. So they're like, maybe we can just make this guy the starter for the rest of the year. And, who else but Baker Mayfield to have a full week and a half of learning the offense, and he looks worse than the game he played when he didn't know the offense. And then presents-wise, I'm going to give a big present to Dan Campbell because I know they did not start hot at all. But the fact that they went from being 1-5 to 7-7 right now in the playoff hunts and everything's clicking, and this is the team we thought they were going to be in the beginning of the season from Hard Knocks, I'm giving them a big present because he made the biggest turnaround, I think, right now in the NFL for a team. And
Broncos
I know
country.
that's my friend Melissa. She loves the Broncos and she's just driving her crazy this year. I want to give a little present too to the Seahawks because I think they're doing a lot better than I think we all thought they were going to do without Russell Wilson and Geno Smith at quarterback. So I want to throw them maybe a stocking stuffer. We'll put it that way. Nothing crazy. They're a lot better than we thought they were going to be, but like they don't deserve a full gift. I'll give them like some little stuff out of a stocking. I think that's where I'll end it because I can go on and on for hours about this, but I'll keep it short and simple with those.
All right, to the rest of you three, I'll make this simple for you. Give me anything in football this year that's made you happy, one thing that's made you feel shitty, or deserves a lump of coal. Each of you go. So Scott, who gets a present for you this year? Who gets a lump of coal? That's how we should have done it from the rip.
Brock Purdy's getting my present. Because I already mentioned him once, and I mean, how can you beat Mr. Irrelevant fucking locking up a playoff spot and winning 3 games in his first, stint as an NFL starter? And Cole, I'm just giving it to the Cowboys because they're perpetually ass wipes, and they play down to their competition. They play up to their competition. Everybody falls for their shtick, but they're still just going to get an early playoff exit.
Milwaukee cop Mike McCarthy, the best coach for their team. He might be the perfect coach for the Cowboys.
He really is. Give him a lifetime deal. He's Mr. Mediocre.
Can we get a T-shirt made of that, please? All right, Mason, who's your call? Who's your present?
Cole is Mr. Matt Patricia. You've made this team completely irrelevant. You've made this offense just awful, terrible. So you're getting my Cole, and then my gift is going to go to the staff for the Oklahoma Sooners. I think after going 6-6 and finishing with a top 10 class is really solid. Missed out on a couple of guys today, but nonetheless, top 8 is definitely something to be proud of and something that we can work with going forward.
There we go. Cruz, finish us out strong before we get into the meat of the sandwich. Who's getting your Cole?
Cole is it's got to be Dennis Allen. You talk about fumbling the bag, having the organization vouch for you. We had Eric Bieniemy, we had Brian Flores, Aaron Glenn, great candidates to come in and compete with a stacked roster in the New Orleans Saints as he's pissed it away. I think he's going to be one and done. So his gift is not Cole; it's going to be his pink slip and walking papers after the season's done. I would say who's getting a gift, man. It's hard for me not to say the Alabama starting quarterbacks in the NFL, even Mac. Tua has had a resurgence this year. I couldn't be happier for Jalen, seeing like everything he's come through as a freshman all the way to what he's doing now at an MVP level. He's my NFL MVP this year. I know people are going to say Mahomes, but I think it's him. And look, I feel so bad for Mac that it's a gift for him to be on this list because he has a defense coordinator calling plays. But I would have to say that they're still in the playoff hunt. He's doing what he can with a bad offense and no weapons. Tua he's playing his ass off, and when everyone kind of wrote him off, and Jalen's kind of balling out. So yeah, that's what I got to go with.
All right, boys and girls, listen up. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the entire show. It's the part where Jared loses money, Matt makes money. It's the time where I literally give DraftKings more money than I ever should. Shout out to Cruz's sponsor. I'm trying to get them to sponsor us, man. I use their sportsbook. I love their sportsbook compared to FanDuel. I think FanDuel sucks. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, this amazing part of the show is brought to you by the awesome people at YeatsOfficial.com. Promo code Korner Booth for 10% off. Listen, you want amazing sunglasses like this that are Jared proof and dog proof. Saban literally took a chunk out of Kevin's, and I saw them a couple weeks ago. They literally look fine. He just had to replace the nose piece. That's impressive for a $40 pair of sunglasses. They're affordable, polarized, and they got 1,000 different styles. Listen, I've worn some to yacht parties. I'm not even kidding. I actually know somebody who had a yacht party. I felt so out of place there. It was bad. But I've also worn them to Darties at a freaking redneck-ass house. I've worn them to work as a contractor. These sunglasses are versatile, stylish, lightweight, and polarized. Can't beat it. YeatsVisual.com, promo code Korner, 10% off as I sell more merchandise. I need that sellout music from Scott's show right now.
Sell out!
There we go. All right. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that time of the day. Let's crack a six-pack. All right, first off, we got boots on the ground in MetLife tomorrow. Matt, you will be there in the rain, snow, shine, doesn't matter. That's why the show's tonight, by the way, because Matt's going to be in MetLife. Matt, you're leading off. How you feeling, Jets and Drags? With
Drags?
Zach
Drags
Wilson starting.
Oh, shit.
What?
I said the Drags are coming? Oh, shit.
The confidence level is low, I guess you could say. I don't know how else to really put it. Like I said it last week, I was pleasantly surprised with majority of Zach Wilson last week. I thought he could have been a lot worse. He made some wild throws that probably only connected because it was a Lions defense and it wasn't the Bills or the Chiefs or anybody's like that. But at the same time, he was making the very easy throws look completely difficult. Like all those slant passes, he just overthrew Berrios and Garrett Wilson. There's the easy throws that you're just supposed to make for a good, nice 10, 15 yards that he was just overshooting them all. It just feels like you look like he makes some progress and you just take a couple steps back, especially that fucking floater interception that he threw last week just really fucking drove me crazy. But the Jags are playing for a lot and the Jets are playing to stay in it, but I just feel like the Jags got a little more fire under them right now. But you obviously know I'm not going to go against my team. I'm going to pick the Jets. I just don't have that much confidence, and I'm praying that maybe the weather works in our favor, like how we just destroyed the Bears last time it rained. So give me the Jets, and my confidence level is at like 1.
Listen, I'll pick the Jets the rest of the season if you can get it, like we've talked about, you getting either like one Garrett Wilson or one of these dudes to say, give us a little corner booth shout out on video. Listen, you're gonna be on the field, man.
Well, the thing with I don't think we're gonna be able to get on the field anymore because of the rain and everything. But I'm hoping that I'm still gonna make it because they're talking about 5 inches of rain, and December winter rain at night is not going to be fun, especially 5 inches. So we'll see how that all goes.
It's going to be in the 40s at least. It won't be. I went to Philadelphia last year for Eagles Packers. It was pouring sideways, and it was 41 degrees. It wasn't terrible. I just wore a Carhartt and this Santa hat. I was warm as hell.
Just got to get a $5 poncho, which is pretty much just the trash.
Redneck sentence I've ever said in my life, by the way. All right. Either way, I'm going to keep this simple. The Eagles sent a very famous Eagles a Philadelphia cheesesteak restaurant who's like known for their sandwiches in the city, sent like a ton of sandwiches to Dougie P and the boys down in Jacksonville for Rayshon Jenkins, shout out for running that pick six back. Give me the Jags. Listen, Dougie P seeing a playoff spot is like a shark chasing chum, man. He's getting into the playoffs is easy for him. Winning without Nick Foles, that's the interesting part. So, give me Doug Peterson and the boys getting a dub here. Oh, God. This man's back. Mookie, quick. Jags or Jets?
Super solid.
There's only one thing to talk about right now, and that is simply this. Die Hard is a Christmas movie like Grease is a July 4th movie. Suck on that.
I'm gonna hop in. I'm gonna go Jags because Sunshine's figured it out. Wilson got benched, and it's just momentum on both sides. Like the Jets barely squeaked out that win, and I'm just not buying it against a lousy Lions team. So yeah, I'm going Sunshine in this one.
Fair enough.
To cover the one.
Cover the -1.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'm also taking the Jags. I feel like they're hot right now. Jets are looking a little shaky with Zach Wilson playing quarterback, even though he is 5-3. Matt, I just feel like the Jags are the better team right now. They come into New York and get a win.
No, I understand.
Cruz, finish us off.
I got to go Duval. Give me the Jags.
As a former Jacksonville native, he knows the area.
I do. So I
Fair
don't want him
enough.
to kill
All
me.
right. We're sticking to that other Meadowlands team, taking on the team that drinks out of mugs like this. This is actual Oxhorn, by the way, boys, if you didn't know. Stuff's beautiful. I actually have to hand wash this shit, by the way. I actually came from Norway. It was like 4-month shipping. Either way, Vikings, Giants. I don't know how to pick this game without hating my life. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to pick this game without losing money. Because on one hand, the Giants played great on Sunday Football, but got helped by the refs. The Vikings came back down from the largest comeback in NFL history, but usually after they do something incredible like that, they lose the next week. A la, they got their heads kicked in by the Cowboys after they came back against the Bills. So, I'm not going first. Cruz, you're going first.
Man, this is tough. God, primetime Kirk Cousins though. It's just But is it in Minnesota or is it in the middle?
In Minnesota.
Give me the Vikings. Give me the
You said
Vikings.
primetime Kirk Cousins, but I'm thinking anytime Daniel Jones. I'm just gonna go with Kirk Cousins.
I will say this:
because,
Saquon is had a great year. I think he's starting to get his rhythm back, and then
Justin Jefferson's gonna break the record in this game.
He probably will.
I'm putting that out there.
Kayvon Thibodeau has arrived. He has. I mean, I think he's incredible.
We talk about how the fuck he was passed up to the 5th freaking pick because he had
It
out
blows
of
my mind.
football interest.
Well, everyone thought it was gonna be Aiden Hutchinson. No, like this kid is insane.
I mean, Hutch ain't bad, but like
He's not.
Trayvon
this.
Walker is like a 3-year project. The dude has
This kid
no
should have
freaking.
been the
The
number one
dude
pick in the
can't
draft.
hand fight to save his life. Watching him on tape is like watching paint dry.
Yes, and Jared, we talked about this before the draft. We were like, do not overthink this. Like, take him. Like,
It's
don't.
simple, stupid. Me and Cruz said that. I said, Cruz, you said this in my draft show. And I said, yes, that is what we have to do. But nobody ever listens to us regular guys because we actually see things from face value.
Yes.
And also nobody cares about debating in hypotheticals. What they care about is how you going to take care of their money. And Jared, I heard you say very clearly, I don't know how to bet on this game and come out ahead. Which, by the way, always bet on the Vikings because I just got an Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So anything, Viking related, I'm all in. Yeah, I know. It took me that long to replay the franchise.
Games of all time, by the way. I love that.
It's fantastic. But here's the thing. If anybody that is a fan of the best, hands down, sports and beer podcast out there in this universe,
second best,
that is Craft Brewed Sports, knows that the way that you win in these scenarios is you just bet both teams and parlay it, man.
Fuck it, I'm taking the fucking Vikings.
Just parlay both
drink
of
up,
them. It'll be
bitches.
fine. Isn't that right, Scott?
I'm also rolling with the Vikings with this one. I like you said before, Jared, how they barely won or they beat tough game on Sunday with the Commanders, but at the end of the day, it was the Commanders. It wasn't the Vikings or anything like that. I mean, Daniel Jones still has nobody to throw to. Nobody really addressed that for him at the deadline or anything like that. As long as you just keep Barkley under the 70 yards that he's been getting every other game, that the Vikings should win this easily. Especially, I know primetime Kirk Cousins, but if you put him in a dome, I'll take Kirk Cousins any day. If you put him outside, I'm not picking him. But give me the Vikings in this one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that, but I'm taking the Vikings on this one.
Cruz. Well, you're twin yours. Scotty, sorry.
It's all good.
I already told you. I said I'm taking Kirk
Jesus,
Cousins.
I am losing my mind. Mason,
Because I'm taking Kirk Cousins because I'm never taking Daniel Jones. Like, I don't care when Kirk Cousins is
All
playing.
right,
If he's
Mason,
playing
no,
against
I'm
Daniel Jones,
sorry.
he's
I'm
winning.
like so confused right now. My life doesn't make any sense anymore.
I'm going Vikes. I feel like they're going to come out hot after that comeback win last week on Saturday. I think they've locked up the division, right? So they're playing for nothing at this point. But I feel like they're hot, and they'll probably beat I don't know. I mean, the Giants played well last week. Big win for them, but I just feel like the Vikings are a better team.
All right, fair enough. We're moving on to the next pick. Seahawks and Chiefs. Rob Taylor's team, man.
Chiefs by a lot.
Yeah.
And
I'm waiting for him to show up. Literally around right now is when he joins this. Usually he joins in about the hour mark. And Mookie's out. Bye-bye. It's because I tagged him in the Craft Brew group chat. I said, listen, Mookie's in. Come harass him. Either way, I don't think the Seahawks are going to win. I think they're going to cover. So I'm taking the Chiefs reluctantly, if that makes sense. Like in my 6-pack, I may take the Seahawks to cover, but the Chiefs are the winner here.
I'm taking the Chiefs cover.
Wow. All right.
10 points is not that damn much against the fucking
I know, but a
Seahawks.
desperate Seahawks team, this is going to be a make or break.
They're not desperate. They're done. Brock Purdy ended their season last week. They're fucking done.
It's a Thursday night game. Fuck Thursday night games sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not making an argument for the Seahawks to win, so I'm keeping the Chiefs with this one.
That boy.
I think the Seahawks could cover. I mean, I think they could. The Texans almost not only covered, but almost beat them last week. So I'll take the Seahawks to cover the 10-point spread, but the Chiefs are going to win this game.
Fair. Cruz.
Man, it's tough. The Chiefs the last couple of weeks have played down to the level of their competition, and they've not covered. I'm gonna go Chiefs to win, but I'm gonna pick Seattle to cover.
I may honestly in one parlay take the Seahawks to cover, but I may in like the actual official 6-pack parlay presented by Belly Up Sports and DraftKings. I may actually literally just put the Chiefs money line because I'm such a fucking chicken that they might kick the Seahawks head in. Like seriously, I'm like after like almost listening to the Texans, I feel like they're so terrified they may actually beat their head in. I don't even know. Mason.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of look. I'll say this: like Patrick Mahomes is playing great. I think now with Jalen Hurts sitting out this week, Mahomes has a chance to take a stranglehold on MVP. But if you watch, there's clearly.
By the way, not official because according to Hurts, he's like
not official. But if he does sit out,
Hurts said it's 50-50 right now, leaning towards him playing.
But the last time I checked, Jalen Hurts, he's a dog, and he I wouldn't be surprised if he plays. But Patrick Mahomes, look, Mahomes has to play out his mind because there's clearly some gaps in that defense. This defense has fallen apart the last couple of weeks, and so
they need the honey badger. Y'all robbed them.
Buddy, like honestly, I have not been impressed with Tyrann Mathieu this year. So
how is he leading in Pro Bowl votes then for strong
popularity?
Safety?
He's a New Orleans legend.
Why once again writers for once should actually get the votes? It doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Like your boy CJ Gardner Johnson
should be. He's not.
CJ should be getting CJ should be getting votes, but he doesn't because he basically is unknown besides the fact he leads the league in picks.
How dare you bring him up in front of me?
Listen, buddy, I want to thank you again for him.
I hate you.
I miss that man. I can't wait for him and Marcus Epps, the Chaos Twins, to come back. Mason, Seahawks, Chiefs.
Yeah, Seahawks cover, Chiefs win. Keep it short.
Damn, I love it. I fucking love this kid, man. We made the 25 sentence game because of him. He's the only one who's accurate about it. The rest of us fucking ramble. All right, 49ers commies. Who changed it?
Me.
Hold on. Nope. We're doing this differently now. We're gonna pick a college game. Fuck it. For Air Force Baylor. I gotta edit some shit.
Niners cover, bitch.
No shit.
Brock Purdy for president.
All right, here we
try
go.
to skip over it all you want, damn it.
All right, we're back. There we go. Commies versus 49ers. America. Give me the fucking 49ers by 50. I believe in Brock. Also, fuck Heineke.
How
whiny ass bitch. What kind of color Jordans are a loss, asshole?
How funny would it be that Brock Purdy might be in line to start this game if Jimmy hadn't gotten hurt? Like they locked up the division So in theory, Purdy would have been in line to start this game. And now he's going to have to because Josh Johnson is the backup and Purdy needs all the reps he can get. So yeah, like Purdy by a million, right? Like,
yeah, I wasn't waiting for the Niners fan to fucking say his pick first. Here's the deal. I fucking hate the Commanders, and that's why I only refer to them as the commies. Whoever changes, whether it's StreamYard or Mike pulling a prank on me, Brown, not Berlin. Choke me more light too fast. Either way, give me the 49ers. I think this is I've been waiting for the commies to come back to earth. I think this is where they start saying, hey, maybe we put Carson in, see if he can get us some offense going. Here's the problem. You have the surging Lions. I want them to make the playoffs because the Lions in the playoffs are pure fucking anarchy. And at the same time, the commies are the most annoying fucking team in football because, like, everyone fucking hates their owner. Yeah, Riverboat Ron's great, but their quarterback's kind of a punk. I just want Brian Robinson to score touchdowns to win me the fantasy championship. That's all I care about at this point.
I wish you would have done that last week when I was trying.
I don't want to talk about
the playoffs.
I still won because of Ramondre Stevenson's home in the finals against our former co-host Pat. But like, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, like I was not happy about that touchdown because I also lost me money in a parlay too, so I was already pissed. But like, watching them lose to the Giants was funny. Yeah, give me the 49ers. Matthew.
This is going to be a great week of football. You got Big Dick Nick Foles starting for the Colts, and you got Big Cock Brock right now playing the commies. So give me Brock Purdy. I think the defense is going to cause a lot of issues for Heineke. Obviously, I'm thinking Heineke is going to have a couple turnovers with this defense. The Niners obviously aren't playing for too much because they've already locked up that division, but I like seeing this kid play football. He looks fun out. He looks good out there. He makes clean passes. He plays turnoverless games. I think he's obviously doing a lot better than anybody would have thought Mr. Relevant would have done at quarterback right now in mid-season, especially when the division was on the line. But give me the Commanders. Give me the Niners over the commies.
Matt, we're going pretty even so far, man. You have to pick something that's not mine at some point.
I'll figure it out. Figure it out.
All right, who hasn't picked yet? Hi, Cruz.
Hi.
Who are you picking, buddy?
Man, honestly, I think Cam Newton could come out of retirement with a day's notice and win this game and cover. This 49ers team's legit. They're a wagon. Give me 49ers easy.
Fair enough. All righty. Oh, by the way, the spread on the NFL on that Colts game is currently +5. That's not enough to stop Big Dick Nick. It's gonna happen. Give me the Colts. Hey, listen, if I needed a backup upset, give me the Colts. But I got another one in mind because it's our next game. If anybody had any fucking doubt who I was picking in this game, it's actually changed to +5.5 because the NFL is turning into because sports books are becoming chickens. So it's +5.5. Still counts. I'm taking the fucking Eagles. I don't care if it's the ghost of Nick Foles, Doug Peterson, Kevin Cobb, freaking Gardner Minshew, or our Lord and Savior Jalen Hurts. It's the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. And who the fuck gave Caesar our freaking login? Nope, kicking him. He's not welcome. He's not welcome. Stop giving away the fucking link.
What? How do you know it was me?
You know who has her number.
Hey, I'm taking Eagles, and I'm even taking the Eagles to cover because the Cowboys are going to come in here thinking, oh, they don't have their starter. This is our chance. And it's December. Cowboys don't do dick in December. I'm taking the Eagles, and I'm taking them by 10 points.
Wow. I love it.
I'm the biggest Cowboys hater out here, but I see Cowboys winning and covering.
Then you're not the biggest Cowboy hater.
Jared, I know that upsets you, but
Mason,
I'm sorry,
you're like the
man.
kiss of death.
I got to take Cowboys here. I don't know, man. I feel like they're going to be very one-dimensional. I know Minshew. I know you guys are high on him. I know he's got all these weapons, but I just feel like the offense is going to be very predictable once they're able to get to Minshew. So they're probably going to be running the ball a lot. And once they go to that run-first offense, man, I think it's over. So I feel like Cowboys cover and they win Saturday night. And, contrary to popular opinion, in blowout fashion.
You know what? That just made me feel better Nothing is more dangerous than a Philly team that's a goddamn underdog. God, Mason, are you trying to kick the fire up? Like, let's go.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, look, you know I hate the Cowboys, but look, I got to be practical here. I got to be reasonable.
Oh, see, I'm just going on straight emotion here and straight adrenaline, straight Miller Lite. God bless Gardner Minshew, that beautiful mullet of his. All right, Cruz.
Oh man, it's tough. So hold on. Is Jalen Hurts going to play though? That's going to be my deciding factor.
He's not.
Caesar, I'm not actually bringing you into this just because you're a freaking title. I don't care.
If Jalen Hurts plays, yeah, give me. I know it's a cop out, but Jalen Hurts plays. I think they win this game easy. The Cowboys.
That's why I locked in my bet already on yesterday because I was like, they're going to drop that line so fast.
Yeah, the Cowboys. I mean, it's seeing the kind of pressure like the Jags were able to put on in the second half last week. Like, I went to the Eagles-Bears game last week, Jared, and they're insane. Like, even when they play bad, they still
edge rush. It like between what is it? It's Sweat, it's Riddick, it's Hargrave, Graham, Cox, Davis. Like that D line is insane.
Even it's so. I mean, it's hard for me to pick against them. I think there's only 2 teams in the NFL that could beat Philly.
Have you looked at like Scott? The fuck is wrong with you, Caesar?
Yeah, look, this kid openly roots for the Texas Longhorns, so like this kid's
Dallas Cowboys. He's clearly stupid. Got it.
No, there's only 2 teams in football that I think can beat the Philadelphia Eagles. It's Kansas City and that's Buffalo. And still like there are times where I might take Philly in those games, but
I'll throw batteries at you too, buddy. Horns down, bitch.
Oh, sorry. Am I gonna get a 15-yard flag for that?
Yeah, right. Like softest program in football. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, give me Eagles if Jalen Hurts plays.
Matthew, round us out.
I really badly want to pick the Cowboys to be different, and also because you picked the Jags over my Jets. Just kidding. But I am going to take the Eagles because even with I think people kind of just don't give Gardner Minshew some credit. I know he's obviously backup quarterback right now, but he was an above average starter. Yeah, he's an above average at backup. He should be starting for a good amount of NFL teams out there right now that are deploying other quarterbacks like Zach Wilson or people like that. Just to name one, but. That Eagles defense is very good, and Dak Prescott has been throwing a lot of turnovers as of late per game, 1 or 2 turnovers per game. I think he has like 9 or 10 in the last 9 or 10 games actually, but so you can always count on he's going to throw at least 1 interception right now, and that the Eagles defense I think is going to eat him up, especially the game's in Philly, right? Mm-hmm. Or is it? Yeah, especially it being in. Philly,
it's in Dallas. It's in Dallas. It's in Satan's butthole, aka Jerry World.
Well, regardless where it is, he's still going to throw at least 1 interception. The Eagles defense, I think, is going to swallow him up. And Gardner Minshew, like I said, is not a bad quarterback at all. He's probably the best backup quarterback you could have right now in the league. So give me the Eagles. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be within like a 3-4 point type game, but I think they can top the Cowboys off this week.
Fair enough. All righty. Moving on to our next game. We're going to the Lions and the Panthers. How this game is only 2.5 points is bewildering to me. Give me the fucking Lions. Next.
Lions all day. Don't even have to think twice about it.
Yeah, man. Lions. They'll beat them by more than a field goal. Lions to cover easily.
Yeah. If there's one person I hate more than Zach Wilson, it's Sam Darnold. So give me the Lions. Just down the list.
Yeah, Lions easy. I just feel like this team. Yeah, I mean they're the hottest team in the league. There's no way. Where's the game being played? Is it?
I think it's in Carolina.
I think it's in Carolina, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean Lions are just too hot right now to lose this football game to a much more inferior team.
The only way the Panthers can win this game is if they can score over 40 points, I think, because I think this is a defensive Lions and Jared Goff can just top off like 42 points right now.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, Matt, my gimme is Bucks over Cardinals.
I have to figure that one out. Anybody want to hear the AFC Pro Bowlers?
Let's
they
finish
just announced that list.
We'll finish this up quick. All right. Next up, we're going to God, first of all, R.I.P. to frickin' Franco Harris, man, on the eve of this goddamn game, man. Rest in peace to one of the greatest, like, guys who owns one of the greatest moments of all time. So it really sucks seeing Frank pass away and stuff. And I think they're going to do a great memorial for him at this game. It's in Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Come on, man. Yeah, what?
In the memory of Franco, I
gotta take Vegas.
I gotta take the inferior team on this one. Get the fuck out of
here. Here's my strategy. One, the Raiders got Darren Waller back. With Darren Waller, they're a completely different team offensively. They actually. I said that with a straight face.
That's awful. That is terrible.
Listen. All due respect to the Steelers and Franco Harris, rest in peace to a legend. But the Raiders are actually playing decent football, and it just took a going by. I took the Raiders for the fuck of it because I don't care who plays quarterback for the damn Steelers this week. They're fucking terrible.
Steelers are bad, and I'm still taking them. They're going to win this one for Franco. The Raiders are so goddamn awful that even with an established quarterback, they can't win games they're supposed to. Give me the Raiders. Or give me the Steelers, rather. The Steelers to cover.
All right, Cruz's laptop died, so he's off. I'll just say Cruz is picking the Raiders and me.
All right, I'll go next. Gotta go Steelers, man. I'm saying Najee goes for like 2 touchdowns and like 100+ yards. He goes off. I've heard that him and Franco shared many sort of, talks, and they were good friends. Not good friends, but Franco gave him a lot of advice when he got drafted. So I feel like Najee balls out in remembrance for him. And I have no confidence whatsoever in the Raiders. They won last week against my team on the flukiest play I've ever seen in my entire life. I have zero confidence in the Raiders. This game is in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so, it's going to be a sold-out crowd Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Christmas Eve. No, Eve. Yeah, it's the night game.
It's Eve.
Yeah, so, it's going to be sold out always. Pittsburgh's a hard place to come out and play on the road for any team. It doesn't matter who it is. I just feel like Pittsburgh. Give me the points. I think Steelers cover, and I feel like they win by maybe double digits. I feel like they go off.
That boy.
Here we go.
Yeah, I think. Not that it really makes too much of a difference, but I think Kenny Pickett's going to play this week, which is good news for like George Pickens and anybody that owns him in fantasy. But other than that, I'm picking the Steelers with this one. I think emotions will be running high for them. They just lost, one of their legendary running backs in their organization. So I think they're honoring his jersey at halftime or something like that too. I think that's what they're doing. But so I'll lean with the Steelers. I think the Raiders are a better team, but I'm going to give it to the
right.
No, but I'm going to give it to the Steelers just based off of emotion and just the fact that I think they're going to want to win this game as like a memory for Franco Harris and everything. So give me the Steelers in this one.
Awesome. All right.
If they spoil this opportunity, shame on you, Steelers, for not winning the football game on either your second best player or your best player on the week of his death. Shame on you if you don't win this game.
Watch the Steelers beat him by 40. I'm just sitting there well,
they really will. Gamble. The Raiders are that bad.
Or the Raiders drop 60 on them and they're cursed for another 30 years. I don't know. The ghost of Al Davis haunts their freaking locker round. Freaking now. All right, one college game on the docket because the only one that actually looks interesting. We got the option run and gun of Air Force versus Baylor. How this game is -4, I have no idea. I'm rolling with Baylor.
Who's the underdog?
It's Air Force.
Give me Air Force for the upset. No reasoning. Just
there you go. Maddie's going.
No reasoning behind it. Just the simple fact that why not?
I respect it, Scotty. We got.
Here's my college knowledge. Give me Art Briles in this one.
Is he still alive?
Sure, he's coaching somewhere, but give me Art Briles' former team.
my player sexually assaulted women university.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
come
I'll
on.
take Kurt Browse you.
I'll take Baylor. These service academies, shout out to them, but they just never really match up well with these real programs. And I got to take Baylor, my Big 12 guys. So I'll take Baylor.
Fair enough. All right. Any bonus games? Any games this weekend that we haven't mentioned you like? Bonus cans brought to you by the amazing people at candidips.com. Listen, I dipped for a number of years. It was a bad habit I had. I gave it up cold turkey. I did it the hard way. I wish I had this tool when I was dipping. I do it now. I enjoy it. It's a good way to keep myself calm. They have ones with caffeine, ones with CBD to help you melatonin to help you fall asleep. And they're all grown in America, all American grown hemp, thousands of flavors, and they're a great company. Literally, they effed up my order by shorting me one tin. They sent me my entire order free of charge. That's how good these guys are. And I literally ordered it on Monday. I'll probably get it by Saturday. Just in time for Christmas because I'm going to need it to deal with my family. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amazing company. Belly Up 20 for 20% off. Matt's a big fan of theirs. I am as well. It's good stuff. My personal favorite is either the mint because it tastes like Coke mint or the Arnold Palmer because, listen, it saves me the trouble having to go to the stand and buy one. Also less sugar. Either way, camps.com, promo code Belly Up 20 for 20% off. Official sponsor of the Korner booth, Belly Up Sports, and bonus cans. My first one, of course, I mentioned it already. Colt versus Chargers. Nick Foles' debut as a Colt quarterback. Give me Big Dick Nick taking out Justin Herbert, and making the AFC playoffs even more of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, before I give you my bonus can, I just want to let you know my gimme is going to be the Bills over the Bears.
Okay.
Also just before I forget.
Tough pick, man. real tough.
Went out
tough
on the
game
limb,
there.
man.
Oh, listen, my last week's gimme was the Chiefs over the Texans, and I almost
Oh,
lost.
fair enough.
So I'm
Matt
not
is the
taking
only
this
man
one
I've ever
easily.
met who loses more gimmies than he does win them. Like,
Yeah.
also, by the way, in our picks competition, losing a gimme is minus 1 point. And it's a total ball. It's a total ball buster when you actually have a good week. I think I went 7-0 in my picks, and then my gimme was NC State whooping Boston College, and they lost on a last-second field goal or touchdown. And I'm like, oh, my entire parlay is shot. Are you fucking kidding me? Because this garbage-ass ACC team couldn't win a game. So it's a total bitch and a half. So I have Bucks. Matt has Bills. There we go.
My one bonus can game for this week is going to be the Bengals Patriots game. I think that's going to be a better game than some people might think about that. I know, the Patriots, with the offense is, Matt Patricia has some questionable decisions with that, but you got the Patriots that are fighting for a wild card spot. So let's just say Miami possibly loses to the Packers and the Patriots beat the Bengals. You're looking at the Patriots having the 7th seed again in the wild card. So the Patriots have a lot more to play for than some people are thinking. I know that's very hard to probably do right now, but the Bengals also are trying to fight to keep that division lead intact with the Ravens playing the Falcons this week, which should be, a win for the Ravens depending on who plays. But I like that game as my bonus can. I'm paying attention to that one, obviously, because I'm also fighting for that same wild card spot the Patriots are. But there's just a lot on the line for that game. There's playoffs for the Patriots. There's the division lead for the Bengals. So give me that one as one to look forward to for the week.
Scott,
I hope you're right, man. I hope it is a tight game, brother, because I don't see it going that way, unfortunately. But man, dude, I hope they are just mad after that loss last week, and I hope they come out and just hopefully just win the game. And Miami loses on Christmas Day, and things are just back to the way they should have been.
I think the Patriots found their scapegoat for the offensive struggles this year. They're going to probably just be like, all right, guys, we've cut Jacoby Myers, and everybody's going to be like, oh, off that terrible lateral, perfect. And everybody's going to forget that they still have Matt Patricia calling plays.
Fair enough. Anybody else really confused why the hell the Packers-Dolphins line is only 3.5?
Yeah,
and
man,
Miami.
You're telling me, man.
Like, anybody else think it's a freaking sucker's bet at this point?
Definitely. Especially with the way that the Dolphins, I think we all agreed last week that Buffalo was going to come out and completely dominate Miami, and Miami kept it really close. Could have won the game, really.
I was
And,
really surprised. I
yes.
did not expect that happening. So,
especially with the weather.
oh yeah. Scotty, you got any bonus cans for us? Any games that you're catching your eye?
Yeah, give me Mr. Unlimited against the Rams. I know it's been a rough season for both franchises, and I enjoy every minute of it, especially the fact that Russell Wilson got traded for a hell of a lot of draft picks and has just shat the bed. But he remembers how to win in the NFC West as he goes into Los Angeles and takes care of the Rams. It's 2-4-10 teams. Like, why not? It's Christmas Day, everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a gift. I'm going to get a parlay for this game.
They couldn't have flexed this game.
It's like the NFL's nightmare. They're like, oh my God, we actually scheduled 2 teams that have
I think the
8 wins combined.
The primetime games have been so bad this year.
Awful.
It's been hysterical.
So I love it. Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos 13-10 over the Rams.
All right. So we do this every Tuesday show, but I wanted to save this for our guests. Unfortunately, Cruz's laptop literally ran out of battery, and he's trying to find his charger. I told him don't worry about it because we're going to be off in 5 minutes. So, Scotty, since you are the guest of honor here, we're doing we usually do this thing called the KB Top 10, our Tuesday show. We rank our top 10 things of whatever. So one time me and Matt did our favorite music artists, favorite video games, favorite beers, whatever. So this week we're doing our top 5 favorite Christmas, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day foods. It's a simple. So so my mom makes lasagna. That's number 3 on the list. Like that is that's usually like what we talk about. So I'll start it off quick. Number 5, it's the freaking Christmas Day with the filet mignon. My grandparents, it's been a tradition in their family since they were
filet mignon, you rich fucking bastard.
I ain't rich, that's bro. I don't know how they get it. They have it though. Listen, I don't know how they get a hold of it because we ain't that wealthy. But I was
like the Christmas Captain Crunch, where it's green and red crunch berries. You're like filet mignon.
Listen, it's the only time of year my poor ass gets to eat something that's above sirloin. So I'm excited. Unless I'm at Texas Roadhouse. Number 4, it's all the craft beer with my brother-in-law. Me and him from about 11 a.m. until about 7:45 to 8 o'clock at night when we leave are slamming craft beer like champions. It is something I look forward to every year. We used to have one beer. They died. Their whole brewery shut down. R.I.P. to Finch Brewing in Chicago. I loved the Skull Hammer. It was my favorite beer. R.I.P. to the GOAT. Number 3 is, of course, my mom's lasagna, the sausage and meatballs, the whole deal. It is something to look forward to every year. Just a nice, solid, it's just a good meal, man. Number 2 is the smoked salmon. We all pull together. We get a nice big slab of it for Christmas Day. It is a great tradition. And listen, as a guy who loves sushi and raw fish, the smoked salmon is my favorite. And, of course, number 1 is the Christmas Day omelets or Easter pie. It's just meat, cheese, veggies, eggs, beautiful stuff. And it just reminds me of, like, opening up my stockings as a kid with my sister. And now with my sister, my brother-in-law, my parents, and everyone else, it's kind of a cool thing. So that's my top 5 favorite Christmas foods. There we go.
You're not talking about pizza.
Oh, no.
What, Matt, what was that? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I think I cut out. I said, you're not talking about the pizza game, are you?
No.
Right. I was going to say that's an Easter thing.
No, we do like a similar thing to the Easter pie where it's like we do like the freaking the eggs, the sausage, the breading.
Oh, got you. Like the quiche kind of thing. I got you.
It's like a quiche mixed with a frittata. It's kind of hat in a hat.
For quiche. I like that. All right. So my top 5 list is a little out there, but number 5 is oxtail. I am a very seasoned individual, I feel like, but I love oxtails, and my fiance's family makes them on mostly every holiday. So I'm looking forward to that. So number 5 is oxtail. Number 4 is the stuffed clams. So on Christmas Eve, being an Italian family, we have pretty much just the seafood style food, which I hate seafood unless it's fried. So One thing is my mom makes these giant stuffed clams, and they're fucking amazing. I don't know what she stuffs them with, but they're amazing. And for somebody that hates seafood, for them to say that they're great means they're really fucking good. Number 3 is the surf and turf that we have on Christmas Eve, because not everybody likes fucking raw seafood all the time. So we get a nice little steak, a little bit of scallops, a little bit of lobster meat or something like that. And who doesn't fucking love some steak and lobster? Number 2 is the dessert cookies. We have the Anjanets and we have the Butterhorns. For anybody that doesn't know what those are, the Anjanets are these little round little cookies with a little powder frosting on top, or a little frosting with the sprinkles on top. They're very simple cookies, but if they're done incorrectly, they taste like shit. And if somebody knows what they're doing, they're the best things in the world. Butterhorns are this nice, real nice buttery cinnamon kind of cookies. But number 1 is the Christmas Day pasta that we get, whether it's the manigot, whether it's the ravioli, it doesn't matter what it is. A nice fresh pot of sauce and pasta with some meatballs is amazing for me. And to top all of that off, a nice little glass of some limoncello right here.
Nice.
My buddy makes all of his liquor homemade, especially limoncello. He makes his own amaretto. He makes his own chocolate liqueur. So if anybody needs any sort of holiday festives, whether you want some homemade limoncello, personally hit me up and I will put you in contact with the man himself that bottles and sells these things. Like I said, these are all homemade. And this one I'm sipping on is some nice Grillo's limoncello.
There we go. All right. Mace.
Alrighty, man. So number 5, pretty basic, but I'm going with stuffing. My mom makes a fantastic stuffing. Really love it. Number 4, she has these baked carrots that she does. Very good. Not soggy, not too crispy or anything. Very good. Number 3, my dad always makes these homemade Christmas cookies. He does pumpkin cookies. He does fudge. But I really like the ginger snaps. I don't know if you guys have ever had any.
Hell yes.
Very good.
Amazing.
Number 2, got to go with a prime rib. That's the main course for dinner. And then number 1, my mom does while we're opening presents Christmas morning, she does a breakfast bake that's just great. So always look forward to that every Christmas.
There we go. Scotty, round us off before we head out tonight.
All right, number 5, I'm going Christmas cookies in general. I don't care if it's just the blue tin butter cookies, the homemade sugar cookies, whatever it is. Cookies this time of year are just the tits. Any type you can get. Number 4 is going to be the Christmas tree cakes from Little Debbie, motherfucker. Like, Christmas cookies and homemade shit is fantastic, but Little Debbie just hits a little harder with them Christmas tree cakes and that green sprinkled fucking sugar. Number 3, I'm going with the mashed potatoes because you can't beat mashed potatoes and gravy. Like, I mean, they're the conduit that scoops up everything else on the plate. Number 2, I'm going with eggnog because if you've ever listened to my show and or anything I've ever done in my life, I love eggnog. Eggnog flavored anything. Give me that shit in copious amounts. Fuck you and your hate. And number 1, I'm going basic ass white bitch. Give me that Christmas Day ham. I don't give a shit.
Hey, yo.
Like, give me the crispy crust. Give me the cinnamon sugar. Give me the honey bake. It doesn't matter. I want ham.
I don't need to go full race card here, but like it's the only minority here. You went full basic white bitch.
I didn't give a shit. I'm like eggnog and fucking Christmas ham are my shit.
Listen, by the way, my best eggnog I ever had was one year I was in college. Evan Williams did a spiked eggnog. It came in like a Jack Daniel's style bottle. Bro, me and my boy downed a bottle of that before our Christmas party.
That's dangerous, dude.
Dude,
it's dangerous.
I don't remember how I got home that night. I think I walked about 2 miles home. Through the hood in New Haven, which is like the 3rd highest gun violence in the entire country. I
Sounds
think
like a horrible
Cruz is
idea.
here. I can't see because his camera's off. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We appreciate you for stopping by. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice. We appreciate all of you so much. We will see you guys next. We'll probably do a show Monday. I don't know. I'll talk to Matt Mason. Worst case, we'll do it Tuesday. Live show next Thursday, obviously. Matt Mima will do it live in the studio, in the Project 2 studio here in Southport, Connecticut. We appreciate you stopping by. Hope you all have a happy holiday season and you enjoy the time with your families. You really appreciate it. The gift card announcement will be released on the 26th. Either we'll do it live on show or I'll release it on our Twitter account, depending on how I'm feeling that day. Depends on how much. But listen, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 16 entries. That's awesome, guys. We had 4 for the Thanksgiving giveaway. I love it. Well, that's because only about 3 people followed the rules and 1 person did at the 11th hour. So,
well, that you had me 4 times the greatness. God damn it.
We hit our minority checkpoint.
There it is.
Cheers to that. All right. Shout out to our boy Scotty from Craft Brew Sports. Scotty, where can we find you?
Only on Craft Brewed Sports. I don't do the social media game, but if you find me on Facebook, good luck to you.
That's even more disturbing as hell. Mason, where can we find our amazing content?
At Corner Booth Pod, Twitter. We provide links to our YouTube, Spotify, podcast app right on that Twitter. So go ahead, give us a follow right here in the bio, and keep up to date with all the podcasts and give us a listen.
There you go. And Matthew, where can we find us on everywhere else?
You can find us on Instagram at Corner Booth Pod, Twitter and YouTube at The Corner Booth. And then you can find me personally at Corner Booth Man on pretty much everything except Twitter. I'm still BigWisp_8 because I don't remember my password to get in to change it on my computer. So we're just going to have to roll with that one.
Fair enough. All righty. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you so much. Also, by the way, happy belated birthday to Matt's fiance, B. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays to all of y'all. Enjoy it. We will see you Monday. Peace.